Hey guys, so today, I know it's only my third video, but today we're going to be looking at the way too early predictions for the 2022 MLB playoffs and World Series made by Bleacher Report. Bleacher Report is normally pretty good. They have normally reliable evidence of stuff, but we're just going to get right into it. So, as you know, the Braves won the World Series. That's why this picture is Eddie Rosario. So we're going to go ahead and kick it off with the American League East. So, um, projected AL East standings right here. So the Tampa Bay Rays, they have for 2022 at 98 and 64. The New York Yankees, they have at 95 and 67 for the wild card. Boston Red Sox, they have at 90 and 72 and third. Toronto Blue Jays, they have at 89 and 73. And the Baltimore Orioles, they have at 53 and 109. I totally agree with the Orioles. They're so far from the playoffs. I just feel bad for Orioles fans. Um, I do think next season the Blue Jays are going to do better than the Red Sox just because of kind of their positioning right now. I think Blue Jays go ahead of Red Sox at this point. Um, Maybe even ahead of the Yankees. So I think this 2, 3, 4 is definitely debatable, but I think Rays in first, Baltimore in fifth, 2, 3, 4 for me is eh. But they might be right, whatever. We're gonna now go to the American League Central. So these projected AL Central standings, they had the White Sox at 95 and 67, the Tigers at 88 and 74, the Guardians, oh my god, that's so weird to say, at 85 and 77, the Royals at 71 and 91, and the Twins at 69 and 93. Okay, so for me, the Twins are in a kind of weird position. I just don't know how they were so good in 2019 or in 2020. But with the same guys, they just fell off in 2021. But I do think they're better than the Kansas City Royals. So I would switch those. And the Tigers, I totally agree with. They're shopping this off season. They're gonna get some guys, and they're gonna be up there. Um, the White Sox, totally agree with in first place. I would probably switch the Twins and Royals. That'd be my one change. So let's go to the American League West now. So the projected AL West standings by Bleacher Report. Houston Astros 97 and 65. The Oakland Athletics, they have in a wild card spot with 91 and 71. The Los Angeles Angels, they have at 500, 81 and 81. Seattle Mariners 77 and 85. Tigers, er, not Tigers, Texas Rangers 61 and 101. So I agree with the Rangers. I think this is kind of tough. The Angels and the Mariners, I think, will get better this next season, but I would honestly put the Mariners in front of the Angels. But I like the rest of it. I don't think the Mariners are playoff fixed yet. I also don't think the Angels are playoff fixed yet. But I think in the next couple of years they'll be fine. But right now I think they should switch the Mariners and the Angels. That's just my opinion. Let's go to the National League East. Projected NL East standings. They have the Phillies at 90 and 72, the Braves at 82 and 80, the Mets at 76 and 86, Nationals 71 and 91, and the Marlins at 66 and 96. I definitely agree with the Nationals and Marlins at the bottom. I do not think the Phillies will be in first. Especially since they only just lost their one decent bullpen guy in Hector Neris to the Astros. But, I mean, they have to go out and buy if they want to be in first next season. I just don't see that happening a ton. So, and maybe it's just my New York Mets bias, but I definitely think the Mets should be in first or second for next season, along with the Braves. I think Phillies third, uh, Braves and Mets in first and second. That could be interchangeable too. So now let's go to the National League Central. The projected NL Central standings. They have the Brewers at 94 and 68, the Cardinals 91 and 71 in a wild card spot, the Chicago Cubs 83-79, the Reds 74 and 88, then the Pirates 57 and 105. I totally agree with the Pirates. I think the Reds should be higher than the Cubs because the Cubs they were horrendous at the end of the season, and I just don't see them going out there and getting a ton of good players. So I have the Reds in front of the Cubs. I agree with the others. So yeah, and then let's go to the final division before we hit World Series. I think National League West. Projected NL West standings: Los Angeles Dodgers at 101 and 61. The Padres 98 and 64, wild card spot. San Francisco Giants 87 and 75. Rockies 62 and 100. The Diamondbacks 58 and 104. I totally agree with these bottom two. I agree with the Giants in third. As much as I hate to say it, I think that amazing season was a 1-year thing. I would love to see the Giants go out there in 2022 and prove me wrong because I want them to, but I honestly think that kind of was a 1-year thing, especially since they just lost Buster Posey and stuff. But I agree with Padres in second, and I agree with this whole division. It's not a tough division for the Dodgers to win. So let's go projecting the postseason now. So the wild card round they have in the AL, they have the Yankees over the Athletics, which I can see that. I don't even know if the Athletics should be in a wild card spot next season, especially since they're doing kind of a rebuild thing, and they just lost Bob Melvin to the Padres. Padres over Cardinals. I agree with that. I don't. I do agree with Yankees over Athletics. I agree with Padres over Cardinals. In the division series, they have Yankees over Rays, Astros over White Sox, Phillies over Brewers, and Dodgers over Padres. I don't agree with Yankees over Rays. I know the Rays choked in the playoffs this season, but I do think overall they have the firepower, and the pitching that they're going to bring up next season is going to be lights out. So I think the Rays go out and beat the Yankees if that's the division series for the AL. AL number 2 division series, they have Astros over White Sox. I agree with that. Phillies over Brewers. I still don't think the Phillies should win a division, but I think the Brewers would beat the Phillies. Dodgers over Padres. Yeah, that's pretty easy to say. Championship series, they have the Yankees over Astros, which I don't agree with at all. I think it should be Astros over Yankees, and Dodgers over Phillies. I agree with that. And then finally, what you've all been waiting for, the World Series, Yankees over Dodgers. That I just can't get my head wrapped around that because the Dodgers are a such better team than the Yankees. I mean, somehow if the Yankees can get, I guess, like they just have to get really good players to be able to match the Dodgers, and I know that they are good already, but they're just not as good as the Dodgers in my book. So I'm gonna have to disagree with them on the World Series. So overall, I think they did all right. For me, they did all right with their predictions, but either way, it's way too early, so you can't expect them to be right on. But anyway, I hope you guys like this video, and hope you have a great day with whatever you're doing. Stay safe. Bye, guys.